Hi Brijesh, hi Mohammed. My name
Hey,
is Arshee and I'm currently interning as a product manager at this edtech startup called Programming Pathshala. And my question is, do you have any tips for conducting effective and efficient user interviews that actually lead to feedback that, we as product people can actually work on and build good products? So basically,
uh,
any tips from your experience to understand users really well?
see, honestly, it depends on what feature are you building, right? So I think the the best thing that you can do is to find an actual representative sample. Typically, what happens is because user interviews are a pain for your actual users, it's not something that they look forward to doing. And what
Yes.
happens is people end up catching hold of people who are more enthu about your product and they show up in your user interviews and they bias the direction and their thinking. Uh, so I think the most important thing to look out for is like, hey, like the people that have shown up here, are they actually a representative of what my user base looks like? Right? And am I getting biased by power users who have taken the trouble to show up for this interview? Whereas a casual user might not even care enough to show up. And they might have very different problems from your product than your power users. So that is one thing that usually happens that your user interviews gets biased towards power users. So you that's one tip that I could give you right away that you should avoid.
Okay. And can I ask one more question since I have some time
Yeah.
left? Do you have any tips for interviews, basically product management interviews at entry level?
No, I think I can give you a very personal opinion on this. We look for very good communication skills. So having public spaces where you have written really well is great. Uh,
Okay.
there are two kinds of skills that we look for in communication. Right? A is, hey, can you take a problem and sort of convince me that this is important? B, are you very comfortable with data? And having done communications on both of these is very helpful. Uh, and then of course execution is something that is really important, and any job where you've done any sort of execution is great because it sort of ticks off for me saying, okay, this person understands data, this person can communicate really well, and this person can execute with agency. That's all I care about at an entry level.